Hey guys, alright, so I'm here with my really highly requested video about my thoughts on fashion school. So disclaimer, if you guys don't watch my videos and you've just kind of clicked into this because you're googling my thoughts about fashion school, I was an engineer and I did a 4-year degree in engineering and I decided to come and do fashion school, so I kind of at least have something to base this off, or at least compare to my previous schooling experience. So I'm just going to talk about kind of the curriculum, my professors, and also the people within the school. So then I'll kind of give like my overall thoughts on the school itself. So I'm also not going to kind of name names of schools or where I go to, just because I don't want to like bash a school or anything like that, so that is not my intention at all. So yeah, I am doing a 1-year associate's degree just because I do already have a degree, so I was able to fast track the 2-year degree and finish it in 1 year, and I'm also doing 6 papers per semester. So that is that. So my overall thoughts on kind of the curriculum so far, I mean, we are currently doing midterms, hence the procrastination and making of a video, but the curriculum itself, this semester is a very much an intro semester, so you know, introduction to the fashion industry, fashion business, math and all that, and I find a few of the papers are actually very repetitive, and what you'll learn in one class you'll learn in the next class, so it's kind of like the same thing but in 3 of my classes. So it's good and bad because I guess it reiterates what one professor says to the other, but at the same time it gets really boring because you're learning the same thing over and over again. There are some classes that I find really interesting. I find my textiles class is really interesting, even though it is like 4 hours long. So it gives you kind of like an understanding of fibers and fabrics and yarns, and I don't know, for me, growing up my mum's always been like, Catherine, don't buy that top, it's acrylic. Acrylic is like a bad material because it like fluffs and balls up and stuff like that. So actually finding out the reasoning behind why an acrylic sweater will ball or pill is the term that we use, is actually to me really interesting. So maybe that's kind of like my engineering sciencey side being like, oh, I want to figure out why this happens, but that is really interesting to me. So there are some classes that are really interesting, others which are really basic kind of 101 intro to business class kind of thing, where all I learn is definitions. So I find that even though, or maybe it's a teaching style that I don't really like, but it's not helping me apply or teach me how I could use this in the future if I wanted to be a buyer or anything like that. Like, how is learning definitions that helpful as opposed to applications of the definitions? I don't know, but that's just my thoughts. Math wise, I find it to be pretty easy, just because, like I said, I was an engineer, so I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but to me, merchandising math has been pretty simple so far. And I know some people do struggle, so it really depends on how well your math is, I guess, but that's pretty easy for me. But overall, I think classes are interesting enough, some of them more than others. A few of them are pretty boring and it's just straight definitions. One of my midterms was just definitions, like I had to write out 35 definitions, so not that interesting, but I guess they are kind of intro classes, so maybe my thoughts will change next semester, but this is kind of my intro semester and that's what I've thought so far. And professors wise, I find a lot of them are really knowledgeable. Within my school, you know, professors need to have been in industry for X amount of years, and some of them are still within industry, so it's really awesome to be able to actually have that knowledge and for them to share it with you. So a few of my professors are really, really helpful and really friendly and really approachable, and I think ratemyprofessor.com is an awesome tool if you want to figure out what professors you probably will be able to build a rapport with or have the same learning style as you or teaching style. So yeah, check that out. But yeah, I think my professors, it's been kind of mixed. There are some that I really like and some that are a little bit more boring and stuff than the others, so that's that. And then also the people at the school, because I am older, like I said, I've worked within the telecommunications industry, so I'm like 6 years older than a lot of the girls here, so I think I've come in with a very different mind frame to a lot of the girls. So I have found a lot of the girls to be a little bit dumb. Like, I feel like some of them just really are lacking brain cells, but it's fashion school, so what are you going to do? Like, a lot of the girls come here with this image that fashion is going to be this, you know, really amazing, glitzy, glamorous world or whatever, and they want to be buyers but they can't do math or something just really dumb like that. So yeah, a lot of questions in class that have been asked have been really dumb, or at least I think they are. So yeah, I mean, if you're gonna come to fashion school to try and find a boyfriend, no, because it's fashion school, so it's about 80-something% girls in my school, and then the 15-something% guys. Most of them are gay anyway. And yeah, it's interesting because I feel like it's very throwback to high school with the judging of girls, like whatever you wear, people will judge you or whatever, and I guess it's a very cashy environment, you could say, but it just really depends on how you are as a person. Like I said, I'm a lot more mature than a lot of the girls here, so I really don't care. And I mean, at the end of the day, these girls are your competition, and if they're really that dumb, I don't think they're gonna get anywhere anyway. So that is overall my thoughts. But overall, would I recommend going to fashion school? Yes and no, it really depends. If you already have kind of like an industry knowledge, or you've worked retail and you kind of have like another, I don't know, if you've worked retail and you have industry experience, it's probably easy to work your way up from there. Or you have like a business degree and you've worked retail, it's probably not beneficial for you to come to fashion school, because I feel like with fashion school you kind of learn a little bit about business. It's not completely pure business, and then it's just kind of some fashion related stuff which you could probably still pick up in textbooks. So if you've already got like a business degree and some retail industry experience, I probably would say there's no point, because you could probably still obtain the same job anyway. But I mean, if you're not a freshman, what do you guys call it? Your last year of high school and you want to do this, it might be a good opportunity for you to see what the industry is like and if you want to get into it. And for people like me who have changed from a completely different industry with no fashion industry experience whatsoever, I think it's a really good insight to see if this is what you want to do. So I am very mixed about fashion school, because I think a lot of the time it's like a second-rate business school in a sense, but you also learn the fashion side of things. So it really depends. Like if you know for sure you want to do fashion, it's probably good for you to go to a fashion school. But if you don't know what you want to do yet, go into a fashion school really narrows what you can kind of do afterwards, at least in my opinion. So that is that. So hopefully that was helpful to you guys. If you guys have any other questions, let me know and I will try and answer them in the box below. And yeah, that is really much it. So I hope you guys are all well, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.